Hi, I'm Jonathan Perks, and welcome to this session on what I call the Wisdom Council or the Time to Think Council. It's a superb way of you building trust within a team, of solving a problem, of understanding what the problems are of the whole of the group you've got, the whole of your team that's gathering. Normally 8 people to 10 people is a good number to have for a Wisdom Council or a Time to Think Council. And you also appreciate a quality about the person who has their turn, which is very powerful for them. So let me talk through a bit about this. You want to solve a problem? You'd like to think for yourself about it, but on the way, you'd like to access the knowledge, the treasure trove inside your colleagues' heads. They have an immense amount of wisdom. So you're asking for their wisdom and experience. You're not asking for them to tell you what to do. Because what happens when other people tell us what to do, we start to be like the 3 monkeys. We hear no evil, we see no evil, we speak no evil. We are not really listening to them. So in a transforming meeting, a great way to begin is you firstly do a round first, and you've already asked everybody to bring a live issue to the Wisdom Council, something that's keeping them awake, a management or a leadership problem that they've got that they want to be able to solve with the help of the wisdom in the room. And it can be incredibly powerful. I normally do this with CEOs or teams or different groups. And I've got one group of CEOs who are still meeting 4 years on because they trust this group more than any other group to share their live issues. And it's a psychologically safe environment. They feel free to be open. They get great wealth of experience from the others. It's what I call the board you can't afford. That's what a Wisdom Council is really like. So you begin, you're going to do a round. Please take a couple of minutes to explain what your problem is and turn it into a question. So I've got a problem with one of my colleagues. We're disagreeing all the time. And how can I have a good relationship with this colleague? Somebody else might say, I've got someone that I need to fire. I don't know how to do it. I'm not sure how to go about it. So how do I go about helping this person find their happiness elsewhere, as they put it politely? Whatever your approach might be, they're each sharing their live issue, and it's captured. You ask for someone to be a scribe each time. Someone's the scribe, and they're capturing what the question is. If they were chosen in the Wisdom Council, what the question is that they'd go with. Then you might, having heard everybody, and you as the leader, you've got to take part in this as well. The leader's got to lead by example. And it might be that your dilemma is chosen and you get wisdom from all the people who report to you. That's incredibly powerful. Often, if you're all going to have the chance for turns, leader go first. You then might do a process of finding out a way, which one should we go for? Thumbs up, or you could put it on a sheet, or tell me, which one would you choose? And you by just a general consensus, everybody goes, I think the best one to begin with would be Mary's. So they're going to start with Mary's. So you go, okay, Mary, you're now going to present a bit more on your question. Jake, can you carry on being the scribe? Is that all right? Thank you very much. So you're going to record down the advice the others are giving Mary, not the advice. I'll rephrase that. That's exactly the wrong word. The wisdom and experience they're sharing from when they had something similar as a problem, when they did it right, or even when they did it wrong. Don't do it the way I did it because it really didn't work. And that's very powerful too. So the scribe is going to capture it. Mary is going to be listening. She does not write anything down because somebody else has been the scribe. You want her eyes on their eyes, because there's something about eyes on eyes. When people are being given a thoroughly good listening to, they think well. So everybody's going to take their turn for a minute, 2 minutes perhaps, to share their wisdom and experience about this issue that Mary has, when they might be dealt with something similar themselves. They go all the way around, and each time someone has spoken, Mary just says thank you, just to acknowledge them. She may not agree, she doesn't have to agree. She just says thank you, because they're given the decency of sharing their wisdom and experience. Mary says thank you to them all the way around. And then at the end, as facilitator, I would say, so Mary, what's your freshest thinking now, having had the wisdom and experience of the room about the dilemma that you're dealing with and the question that you are pondering? She will talk at some length, perhaps 2 or 3 or 4 minutes about that. And so I'm then going to say, so what's your Dan's ad? What's your decision, your action, your next step? who's going to be accountable and what's the delivery deadline. So we know you're going to do something with it. It might be that you need to reflect more on it, but you're really trying to make the most of this wisdom and experience from the board you can't afford to come to a decision and move forward in something that's stuck for you and you haven't been able to think properly about it, but it's freed up the mind. Then, again, being captured by the scribe, we each in turn, starting with the first person who went round, will share a quality with the 3 S's, being succinct, specific, and sincere about a quality we appreciate about Mary. It might be the courage that she said something. We may not have known her from before today, but there must be something you appreciate about her. And so you share that, that's captured down. And then at the end, what I often do is I say, Mary, so what was the process like for you? How do you feel now? And what is your commitment to resolve this? It's a wonderful way of building trust, psychological safety, and a bonding within a team, which is almost as strong as some of the team building I used to do as an army officer and an instructor at the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst. But the Wisdom Council, or the Time to Think Council, is a very powerful medium. Probably takes about 40 minutes per person. Really useful. Make sure you do it.